Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC stock, GME stock, and SPY stock. This is your weekly prediction and update video, your weekly prediction and update for AMC, GME, and SPY. We're going to predict the weekly candle based off the charts, the facts, and the data. And we're also going to be looking at the overall market and the cryptocurrency market in this video. This video is packed full of information that you need to know if you hold stocks and meme stocks. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we'll be looking at AMC stock, GME stock, SPY stock. We're going to be also looking at the cryptocurrency market. This is your weekly update and prediction. This is where I'm going to predict the weekly candle and give you guys my personal opinion on where I think the market and the meme stocks are headed. Now, we are going to be looking at SPY first. So let's go ahead and check out SPY. Weekly prediction from last week. You guys can check it out. I posted it on Saturday, I believe, and went over on Sunday predicting a red weekly candle for SPY. And that's exactly what we got, a red weekly candle on SPY. This week's prediction is not as clear. Last week's prediction was very, very easy. I knew I was going to get this one right. Sometimes you just know, man. You just know because the technicals are very, very easy to read. It's very, very obvious what's going to happen. But right now we are in a point of indecision. We're in a point of indecision in the market. We have a doji on the daily time frame, and this is a point of indecision where it could break either way. So we can look at the fear and greed and also see that there is a point of indecision in the fear and greed, as well as we are in the neutral range. If we go ahead and look at the cryptocurrency market, we are in more of the fear range. I am averaging with my cryptocurrency, dollar cost averaging with my cryptocurrency, buying a long-term position. I do believe Bitcoin is going to be one of the most valuable assets in the near future. Now let's go ahead and look at SPY and give you guys the weekly prediction update and tell you why I feel the way I do. So I do think SPY is going to be seeing a movement to the upside here in the beginning of the week. I do think SPY is going to be seeing a movement to the upside here in the beginning of the week. Let me explain why. So we have this head and shoulders right here. Right here is your shoulder. Right here is your head. And then right here is a shoulder. I do apologize. Inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders. This is your shoulder. This is your head. And this is your shoulder. We have your inverse head and shoulders here on the 2 hour and the 4 hour time frame. So you guys can see that we have the MACD flip here on the 2 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we're working on a bullish cross, which again is telling me momentum is building to the upside. We also have this micro trend line. This is a trend line on the smaller time frame. You guys can see 1 touch point, 2 touch point, 3 touch points, 4 touch points here on this trend line. So you can see multiple touch points on this trend line, and it does seem to be holding to the upside. So I do think we're going to see a pop to the upside on SPY. Now we do have a lot of resistance at 451.20. 451.20. This is part of the macro bear flag. This is going to be major resistance for SPY, and I do think we'll actually hit our head on this. If we can break above it, we could see a nice pop up to fill this gap at 455. I would feel a lot better when this gap is filled, in my personal opinion, to see absolute capitulation and downside once this gap is filled. Again, gaps get filled, so SPY will be coming up here eventually to fill this gap. Will it be before an overall downturn and fill this gap, because you can see there's a gap down here, or will we fill this gap first? In my personal opinion, I think we're going to see one more pop up and liquidity grab. Okay, so basically I think they're going to run the market up one more time, getting the last little bit of liquidity out of it, the last little bit of bulls getting the last little bit of bag holders to hold their bags before a prolonged crash to the downside. So me personally, I will be buying SQQQ. I do have SQQQ. I'm going to be buying more SQQQ and holding cash. Okay, I'm going to be buying SQQQ, loading up on SQQQ, and holding cash. Why am I doing this? Because I want to make money on the downside. I do think we are going to see downside risks
on SPY in the near future. Mid-September, early October is when I personally think the crash is going to start. Now, again, this could be total speculation, but this is what my personal opinion is. And if you come to this channel for my personal opinion and the TA and the charts and the keys, well, then you just got it. I do think mid-September, early October, we will see the crash. Now, you can see that the fear of stock market crash dives creep back. So you can see that people are starting to get bearish. People are starting to get bearish as the macroeconomics are not looking good for the overall market. So this is a message from Bloomberg, We also have Warren Buffett weighing in. Warren Buffett weighing in with you can't produce a baby in 9 months by getting 9 women pregnant. But he's basically saying about the macro mindset, mindset. Buffett says the key to investing is emotional control. Again, something I always tell you guys, keep emotions at the door. Only base your opinions off of facts and data. Literally, don't listen to people because people talking is the worst point, okay? The worst thing you could do. Listen to the facts and the data and the charts only. If you're not investing with charts, facts, and data, I don't know what you're doing. Now, also, 3 forever stocks. Again, long-term macro mindset, something I preach constantly on this channel. The macro mindset will see you through. So guys, you can see that we are seeing a downturn in the overall emotions of the market as people are becoming bearish. I do think we are going to see one more quick push to the upside, possibly filling this gap. I don't think it's going to happen this week. I do think we're going to have a green weekly candle print. Okay, I do think we're going to have a green weekly candle print, but I'm letting you guys know that we could see basically a pop to the upside here in the beginning of the week and then a pullback at the later half of the week. So basically how I predicted last week and was so accurate on last week, basically I told you guys we would see a little pop in the beginning of the week, which we did, and then start seeing an overall pullback. Basically the same thing for this week. We're going to see a pop to the upside. I do think we could get over this 451 mark, possibly going all the way to not 460. Where's the gap fill at here? So possibly filling the gap at 455. That's pushing it. I do think we'll probably hit our head on this 451. Maybe even possibly print a red candle, a doji type candle. But I am going to lock in the prediction as a green weekly candle print, It's probably going to be a doji style candle, a lot of indecision and not a lot of movement. I'm thinking the market's going to be relatively flat for the week with not a lot of volatility, and then next week we're going to see a overall downturn. Again, I would like to see this gap get filled. In my personal opinion, it's going to make me feel a lot more comfortable on my SQQQ position when this gap gets filled, and then we see nothing but gap fills to the downside, the macro bear flag, and also the market psychologies chart showing us that the macro will play out. And again, when in doubt, always zoom out. When in doubt, always zoom out because the macro always plays out. So you guys can see with the market cycle psychology chart, looks very, very similar. And this is something that I often reference to you guys. It looks very, very similar to the pattern that we're seeing on the market right now. Again, a slightly lower low, a parabolic run with a slightly lower low, and then this upwards consolidation chop, bear flag style chop. If you go ahead and look, a slightly lower low, this upwards consolidation chop, this bear flag chop, and then of course you see a major capitulation to the downside, which would correlate with the overall macro economy as well as the economics are not looking good. And again, once the official recession is announced, because they basically changed the definition of recession, we are 100% in a recession. People are definitely hurting out there. If you're not hurting right now, you are blessed. People are hurting. Trust me, I talk to everyday people every day, and people are hurting out here, okay? So if you're not hurting, you are absolutely blessed right now. And I'm telling you guys, we are in a recession. And once they officially announce that we're in a recession and make it real, make it legit, all of the normies are going to start running for the exits. All of the people that have not been paying attention are going to start running for the exit, and you're going to see a major downturn in the market. You can also see that the charts are showing this as well, as we do see the weekly MACD starting to show bearish momentum. We can see that we have bullish divergence in multiple stocks. I'll get to that here in a second, but you guys can see that MACD is flipped. You guys can see that volume is on a overall downtrend, and this is a uptrend that is showing that this is not a healthy rally. And you can also see, if we go ahead and pop on some indicators, you will be able to see that we actually have downwards momentum here on the macro time frame. So we're going to go ahead and pop on the alligator and then go to the daily time frame and show you guys that the cross that the alligator is starting to cross. You guys can see that is very, very close together. Again, the alligator is a momentum indicator. You guys can see that when there's a lot of momentum, the alligator is spread far apart. When it is a bullish move, the green band is on top. When it is a bearish move, the blue band is on top. And you guys can see that the momentum is basically flat, and we are in a consolidation mode before a break to one way or the other. I do not think we're going to see a trend continuation to the upside. I do think we're going to see this macro bear flag play out in a movement to the downside and a overall crash and capitulation, in my personal opinion. But I am predicting a green weekly candle print, for SPY. Let's go ahead and look at Tesla stock. Let's look at Tesla stock and show you guys that is in a possible bear flag. You guys can see that Tesla does have a gap fill to the upside. Again, I do think we're going to see one more liquidity grab for all of these major stocks. Tesla, possibly Apple, and Nvidia. This is probably going to happen this week. That's why I'm saying that we're probably going to have a green week. But overall, the macro does not look good for the market. You guys can see that the dollar is just absolutely tearing to the upside. Another green day for the dollar. Another green day for the dollar. Absolutely just tearing to the upside. Continually pumping to the upside. Now, again, the dollars does have bearish divergence in the RSI. You can see that RSI is trending down while the price is trending up. So I do expect the dollar to have a break to the downside. And again, this would alleviate some of the pressure that you're seeing on the overall market and allow it to go up. And again, this is why I think we could see one more pop to the upside for SPY, filling this gap before a major capitulation to the downside. And this pop to the upside would also cause SQQQ to pull back, giving an opportunity for me to load up more before the overall crash and capitulation. So this is what I'm looking at, guys, based off the charts, the facts, and the data. You can also see on the daily time frame, we're working on a bullish cross again, showing that we're about to get momentum back to the upside before an overall crash to the downside, in my personal opinion. So again, it's going to look something like this, popping to the upside, and then hitting our head and then coming down. I do think 460 is going to remain the overall top, in my personal opinion. So guys, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at for SPY. And again, this is based off the charts, the facts, and the data. If you go ahead and look at Nvidia stock, you guys can see Nvidia stock does have gap fills to the downside. This gap will get filled. So when this pulls back, this will pull back the market. And you can see that Apple has bearish divergence on the weekly time frame as price continually goes up, but RSI is on a overall downtrend. This is a massive bearish divergence on Apple stock. So guys, this is what I'm looking at for the overall market. I do think Bitcoin will see an overall pullback as well. Basically coming back down and then quickly retesting these lower levels before seeing a massive spring to the upside around 2024 when the Bitcoin halving comes. And I do think Bitcoin is going to be one of the most valuable assets. I'm stacking a ton of Bitcoin, a ton of cryptocurrency, a ton of Ethereum, XRP. These are some of my top investments. And me personally, I think that crypto is more important to have than anything. It's more important to have than your blue chip stocks. It's more important. Some Bitcoin, a nice solid set of Bitcoin, and then some altcoins is, in my personal opinion, more important to have than anything. Okay. And also, you can use these for passive income strategies. Coins like Cosmos Atom give you 20% APY. I've been getting 20% APY on this coin for over 2 years. It has paid out 20% APY on my money. That is annual interest. Okay, that's 20% per year. So again, very, very lucrative strategies in the cryptocurrency market if you know how to take advantage of them. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on with the meme stocks, AMC and GME, and give you guys a weekly prediction and update. So we did have a red week for AMC and a red week for GME. GME mostly moved to the upside. This week, having a slight bit of pullback in the later half of the week, something like SPY did as well. But I do think we are going to see GameStop start to gain momentum back to the upside. You can see that the alligator is starting to curl. You can see that the MACD is starting to curl to the upside here on the 2-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, you guys can see that we're starting to almost get a cross, and then on the 30-minute time frame, you can see that we do have a MACD cross. You can also see this pennant here. We do have this pennant shape for GameStop. We do have this pennant shape for GameStop, and then we also have gap fills to the upside. So GameStop looking good in my personal opinion. You guys can see that this pennant shape right here is forming, and we are currently breaking out of it if GameStop, and I do think GameStop is going to see a nice little push to the upside probably on Monday and Tuesday in my personal opinion. So I do think GameStop is bullish. Overall, macros looking good. Again, when in doubt, zoom out. Macro triple bottom in play. 1, 2, 3 bottoms. Again, GameStop macro triple bottom in play. When in doubt, zoom out. You just have to wait for the macro to play out. You can see that there's a gap fill up here at $40. So me personally, I am holding my GameStop and holding onto GameStop and buying more GameStop. Yes, I am buying more GameStop. So I am holding and buying more GameStop. And I do think we will see a green weekly candle for this week on GameStop. So I do predict a green weekly candle this week for GameStop, as we do see momentum starting to shift to the upside, as GameStop got this beautiful bounce at upside where me and the Discord played this all week. We literally printed all week off of GameStop. GameStop was a great play this week where we printed all week when it went up all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days in a row. The Discord was on there to play that. If you guys want to get involved and join the Discord, hit me up. Email link below. DataZero Official 5, DataZero Official 5. It is $50 for the Discord, for lifetime, so one payment for lifetime, and I give away the stock picks and plays, buy signals and sell signals, all of the technical analysis, and it's an exclusive community. If you want to join, hit me up in the email link below, DataZero Official 5, and then message me, say, hey, I want to join the Discord. I'll send you payment information, and you send the payment, and then I'll send the link. It's as easy as that. You can also see that GameStop is starting to break on macro sloping resistance. So if you go ahead and look at this yellow line, this is extremely bullish. This is extremely bullish development. If you go ahead and look at this yellow line on GameStop, you guys can see that GameStop is sitting on top of macro sloping resistance. This is a huge falling wedge. Okay, this is a huge falling wedge here marked in yellow. If GameStop can maintain these levels of 1760, 1750, around that range, and hold these levels as support, you're going to see this thing start to fly. And again, we have a price target all the way up at $21 for GameStop here in the short term. And again, this is based on my personal opinion and the facts and the charts and the data. And I do think we're going to see a movement to the upside on GameStop this week with a green weekly candle on GameStop. So far, predictions are green weekly candle for SPY, green weekly candle for SPY, green weekly candle for GameStop. Last week, we got the green weekly print correct for SPY. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for AMC stock, and where we're at with AMC stock. So AMC stock had another bloody week last week. Another bloody week last week. If we go ahead and look at some of the numbers, you guys can see that Intel is reporting short interest at 29.24%. If we go ahead and look at how many shares they have available to borrow, they have 1.7 million as of right now. If we go ahead and look at the cost to borrow, AMC's cost to borrow is sitting quite low because they do have shares now because of the reverse split. Again, I was a huge proponent against the reverse split. I did not want the reverse split. Many people got tricked into wanting the reverse split, but this is what it did. It gave them shares, giving us a 4.24% cost to borrow. No, I do not think AMC is dead. No, I do not think this is over. The short interest is still there. As long as the stock still has 8 to 10% short interest, a short squeeze can still occur. And again, they will run out of shares. They will run out of shares. Again, I've explained this in other videos. Basically, when they created APE, it gave them the ability to push it down because they had dilution. They had shares to push it down. They have control over the stock right now. They have the ability to push it down. We're going to have to wait till they run out of shares and or the market crashes, in my personal opinion, to see it pop to the upside. Now, I am suspecting something possibly here in late September, early October, again, when the market crashes, but this is just based off of my personal opinion. If we go ahead and look at what happened to Volkswagen stock before it pulled back. So if we go ahead and look at what happened to Volkswagen stock, it looks eerily similar to what we're seeing in AMC. Again, you have to see a capitulation to the downside before a major short squeeze to the upside, because shorts need to buy the shares for the low. They need to cover at the lows before seeing a massive pump to the upside. Also, you need to shake out many investors before a massive short squeeze. And if you look at AMC's chart compared to Volkswagen's chart, it is eerily similar. Again, this is not financial advice. I do think AMC also has technicals to show that we're going to get a bounce as well. Gap fills to the upside. Gaps get filled. There's a gap here at $17 all the way to $18, and then there's a gap at $37 to $43. Me personally, I did buy more AMC and average down on my AMC position. I am holding my AMC, and I do think AMC is going to see a movement to the upside in my personal opinion. You can also see that RSI is extremely oversold on AMC. RSI is extremely oversold on AMC, and that means buyers will be stepping in. We can also see, if we go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands on the weekly time frame, you guys can see that we're outside of the bands. Price likes to stay inside of the bands, okay? Price likes to stay inside of the bands. You guys can see that there is the bands are all the way up at $14.20 or $13.57. So again, outside of the bands, price likes to stay inside of the bands. It will snap back inside of the bands. You guys can see all throughout history, price, when it goes outside of the bands, it comes back inside the bands. Outside of the bands, comes back inside the bands. Outside of the bands, comes back inside the bands. That's what price does. That's what the Bollinger Bands do. They can show you where price mediums are. And as you guys can see, this is way outside of the bands. Price will be snapping inside of the band. So there's multiple aspects showing that AMC is going to pop back to the upside. And again, of course, me personally, I like to be greedy when others are fearful. Normally, doing the opposite of the herd pays off a lot. Again, like when people said Bitcoin was dead at 15,000, like Bitcoin, they were like, basically, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's dying. That's when I bought a ton of Bitcoin, and look how well that turned out to be. You literally cannot even get it from that price anymore. And guys, I do think this is the bottom for Bitcoin, in my personal opinion. So again, in order to find tops and bottoms, you have to buy the fear. It is hard because of human psychology, but you have to buy the fear and sell the greed. You have to buy the fear and sell the greed. So when everyone's talking about it's going to the moon, it's going to the moon, it's going to 100, it's going to 100, you got to start selling. The complacency stage, this is where you start selling and taking profit. This is where a lot of experienced traders took profit. Now, if you see people saying, oh, it's over, AMC's dead, AMC's dead, AMC's dead. Literally what they're saying, the play's over, it's dead. That is when you need to be doubling down, not financial advice. Again, it is very, very risky, but you have to do what you have to do. And if you look at the market psychology chart, you can see the way to buy is to buy the point of maximum financial opportunity, and that is the bottoms. You guys can see the point of maximum financial opportunity is the bottom. The point of maximum financial risk is the top. Buying the top is how you get wrecked. Again, buying the FOMO, buying the greed is how you get wrecked, but selling the fear is how you get wrecked as well. You have to buy the fear, and sell the greed. Guys, this is the time to be buying, not financial advice. You don't want to be buying up here. You want to be buying down here at these low prices. But again, it's hard because human psychology is like, oh, it's going down, it's going to keep going down, stocks don't just go down, okay? It might have another leg down, yes, but it's going to get a bounce, and then it's going to get a nasty bounce to the upside, okay? It's going to find a bottom, and it's going to get a nasty bounce to the upside, and it's going to fill all of these gaps, and everyone's going to be sick who sold, and everyone's going to be upset who sold and miss out all of the profits, guys. So this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. And again, when we look at the Volkswagen chart, how many people you think sold? How many people you think sold at this point? How many people said the play was over at this point? When people start saying AMC's dead, the play's over, yeah, that's when I know it's time to go in, especially when they start saying that stuff, because people don't know anything, man. Not to be mean, but people don't know. They don't know, okay? The charts know, the facts know, the data knows, okay? So this is what I'm looking at, guys. I am bullish on AMC. Green weekly prediction for AMC. I do think this is the week where we finally get the bounce, okay? This is the week where we finally get the bounce and we can print a green weekly candle, possibly a doji style candle, but I do expect a major move to the upside. What I'm expecting AMC to do is probably pull back. So probably pull back in the beginning of the week and then see a nice bounce to the upside. I do think we're going to get a green weekly candle. And again, I do think we're going to get a bounce here in the near future for AMC stock. So this is what I'm looking at based off the charts and the technicals. Again, your predictions are green weekly candle for SPY, green weekly candle for GameStop, and a green weekly candle for AMC. And again, we did get last week's predictions right for SPY and GameStop. I did think I predicted a green weekly candle. I have to run it back for GameStop and AMC, so I do apologize on that one, guys. But this is your weekly prediction and update video. This is your weekly prediction and update video for AMC, GameStop, and SPY. AMC, GameStop, and SPY. So we are looking good, guys. We are looking good, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Checking in DataZero family. Again, press like, press subscribe, and join to get these keys. Join to get these keys, guys. I'm dropping knowledge every single day, okay? All of my financial knowledge, everything I know about passive income strategies, everything I know about trading, everything I know about long-term macro investing, I'm dropping here on the channel and trying to help people improve their lives and find financial freedom. If you want to get those keys, subscribe today and watch the whole entire video to get all of the information, because I'm dropping little tidbits all throughout the video. Guys, if you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. $50 for a lifetime invite. I give the buy signals, the sell signals, and people are making a ton of money on the Discord. You can check it out. If you get in, you can check it out. I do post gains here on YouTube so you guys can see that people are making wins. So I do post gains here on YouTube so you guys can see people are making wins in the Discord. But again, if you want to see all of them, you're going to have to join and get in this exclusive community. Hit me up, email link below, DataZero Official 5. Hit me up and ask about the Discord. Guys, this is your weekly prediction update video. As always, man, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.
Alright, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. And family, I hope you're having a fantastic evening, wonderful weekend, wonderful day, wherever you're watching this, whatever time it is. I hope you're having a good time. I truly, truly mean that. And you watching this right now, yes, you watching this right now, I greatly appreciate you for watching to the end of this video to see this message. If you've seen this message, let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below if you watched to the end. Guys, as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.